Welcome to our last yoga flow with seeking hope and wonder during this Christmas season. Thank you so much for attending. Today, we're going to focus on our loyalty with the Lord. I asked, besides a yoga mat, that you have 2 blocks. We will be using them in a few balance poses. I invite you to join me in child's pose on the mat. Similar to what we have been doing, today we're going to go from the child pose to the cobra pose, and we're going to worship in song. When we're in child's pose, we're going to sing, Christ be magnified. Then when we go into cobra pose, we're going to say, in me. So let's go ahead and do that 3 times. Child's pose, Christ be magnified. Up to cobra. In me. Child's pose. Christ be magnified. Cobra. In me. Back to child's pose. Christ be magnified. Cobra pose. In me. Lift your legs up and let's go into a downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. Feel where you're tight and where you're loose. And go ahead and walk your legs up to your hands. We're going to grab our elbows and we're going to hang over our feet. Allow your neck and your head to be loose and just hang. You can move from side to side. Take a large inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let go of your elbows. Bring your arms all the way up to the sky as you're standing up, arching your back, reaching up to the Lord. Then go ahead and hinge at your hips, coming back down into a forward fold. Bring your legs back into your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and bring it up in between your hands and come up into a high lunge. From our high lunge, we're going to go into a warrior 2. Your back leg is going to be parallel with the mat. Your arms are going to be teed, and this knee is going to be bent. We're going to do a couple breathing exercise here. In the middle, straighten out that right leg, bringing your hands up to the sky and inhale, then exhale, bringing your hands down and bending that right leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bringing your arms up. Exhale, bending that leg. Straightening the leg, bringing the hands up. Inhale, bending that leg, exhaling. Now bring your hands down to the mat. Back into a downward facing dog. You're going to extend that right leg up and then bring it in between your palms and come up to a warrior 2 on the opposite side. And we're going to do the same breathing thing. We're going to inhale, bringing our arms up and our legs straight. Exhale, bending that left leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bending that leg. Inhale, the arms up. And exhale, bending that leg. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Go back into a downward facing dog. Walk all the way up the mat. Lift your hands up to praise up to the sky. And then come back down into a chair pose. In the chair pose, you're going to bring your hands into prayer. And you're going to come over to the right and bend down and hold it here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release your hands, bringing your hands all the way up again. Stretching up to the sky. We're going to practice this on the other side. So coming back into chair pose, turning to the right and holding it here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and rise back up to the sky. Come back into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, come in between your hands and come up into a high lunge. Go ahead and grab your blocks, set them in your mat, And we're going to do a warrior 3. And even if you can do a warrior 3, bring your blocks. You're going to keep your left foot planted on the ground, and you're going to straighten out your body, bringing your right leg up, and your body should be horizontal. Your hips should be facing the mat. And this is our warrior 3. We're going to go from a warrior 3 to a half moon. You're going to go from warrior 3 with your hips down to your right hip stacking over that left hip. Then we're going to bring that hip back down where it's parallel with the mat. And then we're going to lift it back up where it is above that left hip. Let's do that 2 more times. Warrior 2, half moon. Warrior 2 and half moon. Go ahead and bring your leg down. Move your blocks over to the side. Go back into a downward facing dog. Lift that left leg up. Bring it in between your hands. Come up into a high lunge. Now bring your feet together, and we're going to try this on the other side. Lift your left leg up where your hips are parallel with the mat, and then lift that left hip up over the right hip, and then move it down. Back to half moon, then warrior 3. Half moon, warrior 3. Half moon, and warrior 3. Bring your feet back together. Move your blocks over to the side. Go ahead and drop down to the mat. Lift your right arm up to the sky. We're going to hold it here for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now take that right hand under your left hand, bringing your shoulder to the mat, and you're going to hold it here. And we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds. Okay, bring that right long arm back to the mat. Go ahead and go down into a child's pose and stretch your body out. Then come back up to the mat. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So take your left arm up. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now take that left arm, thread it underneath the right arm, bringing that hip to the ground, and your head can rest on the mat. We're going to hold it here for about 10 seconds. Okay, wiggle your fingers, bring that palm back. Go ahead and go into child's pose and reach those arms as far out as you can, stretching out your back and your arms. Come all the way to the mat, laying flat on the mat. We are going to lift up our legs and our arms. So extend your arms and lift your legs and your arms up as much as you can. And we're going to hold it here for 3. And then we're going to release. Let's do it one more time. Okay, up, bringing your arms and legs up off the ground. And then release. Now, if you have it in your ability to do bow pose, you can do that this time, or you can do the pose that we just did. See if you can grab your legs behind your back, and you're going to lift up with only your belly on the ground. So, lift up. And then let go. Let's move to our back now. On your back, you're going to bring your feet together in a butterfly pose. Find a position that feels good, and we're going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. So just relax. Go ahead and stretch out your legs. Then bring your legs up and let's hug ourselves and rock back and forth. Go ahead and extend your legs out. We're going to go into our resting pose. We'll be here for a whole minute. Find a position that you can be comfortable. I welcome you to close your eyes during this time. And really focus on your loyalty to the Lord. Let the Lord know that you want to be like Mary, and whatever you say, Lord, we want done in our lives. So just relax, and making sure that you're relaxing your jaw and your neck and your head and your arms. Go ahead and wiggle your toes and come up into your seated position. Thank you so much for joining me during this 3-day challenge. I really hope that you found hope or wonder in the Lord that you had not had before. Bye, guys.